Fan and Jessica, welcome. You are now on the Great Wall of China.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Great Wall is over 2,400 years old. Actually, the first sections of it started being built in the 7th century BC. So it spans many hundreds of years, thousands of years. And originally it was built just to be able to keep the northern sort of invaders out. But that's not the only reason or purpose that it served. It served also as an immigration way of controlling immigration and controlling trading along the Silk Road and stuff like that. So it has many purposes. The geographical sort of study of it, it's about 13,000 miles, a little over 13,000 miles long. So it's huge. About 1/3 of it is non-existent anymore. It's gone due to age, deterioration. Every year that goes by, there's sections they're not restoring, and probably in another 10 years, half of it will be totally gone. So they're only restoring certain sections. This is one of the sections that's been restored. So what I'd like you to keep in mind, though, is that this is sort of an amazing thing for us because, we've heard so much about the Great Wall. But keep in mind that over the thousands of years that it was built, the people who built it were not just soldiers, but a lot of them were prisoners of war. A lot of them were convicts, people that were in jail, and they forced them to build this. And many people lost their lives building it. And those that lost their lives were actually buried inside the wall. They just buried them as they built the wall. So there's a lot of bones in the wall. Some emperors were very strict, and if the wall was not built to a certain code, they would be executed on the spot. So as an example, they would take an arrow in certain sections of the wall and they'd pull it back at full strength and let it go. But if the arrow penetrated the wall, it means it was not built up to spec, and that would create the execution of the person who was in charge of building that section of the wall. So there's a lot of, unfortunately, historical death associated with the Great Wall. Victor was talking a little bit about that the other day. So as we walk on the Great Wall, keep in mind the yin and the yang, which is the marvel and the brilliance of the Great Wall, but at the same time the lives that were lost in the construction over thousands of years. Just be mindful of that as we walk as well. Okay, so we're going to go up by the cable car, and then once we get up to the top, we'll convene for a bit, take a few pictures together, and then you'll have time to walk around.